So in terms of housekeeping, so the next chunk of learning begins on August 6th. Let me just 100% be sure of that. Yes, Tuesday the 6th. Please make sure it's in your calendars. It's stuff we've done on previous programs. So if this is not your if this is not your first program, it is optional. Although I really encourage people to attend whatever subjects they feel like they would like a refresher on. If it's your first program, it is mandatory. So please do your best to attend and let me know if you can't attend those sessions. I will be recording those sessions, so there will be a recording shared of every topic. It may not be all three of the sessions, but there'll be one that I'll record, and I will share that with everyone. So please, so those run from the 6th every Tuesday and Thursday, same times, 10, 1, and 5. Those run until let's see, the 29th is the last day. And I have sent the syllabus out. I will be resending the syllabus out to everybody, just so they have it. So please block your calendar out. The link is the same. If you haven't figured out what the link is by now, I'd be very shocked because it is the same one we've been using all sessions. So that's the housekeeping from me. So Orhan, I'm going to let you take it from here.
All righty. Thank you, sir. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope everyone is doing well today. I am doing well myself and going to be talking some search engine optimization today and Google. We may even break this up depending on how much we're able to get through, because actually Google itself and search engine optimization could be a 6-month course. But I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the basics today. But before I do that, as we know, this is kind of a feedback-oriented marketing clinic. So before I get into what I'm going to talk about, I'd like to find out if anyone has any specifics that they want to cover today. It doesn't even have to do with Google. It can have to do with any of the other stuff. So if you do, either just say, hey, I got something else I want to do, drop it in the chat, and or something of that nature, and then I'll make sure and address those while we're together, on our time today. So give it a second. If anybody wants to speak on what they'd like to learn about, great. And if not, we will just jump right in. Okay. So what I'm going to do, let me do this. Today I'm going to focus a little bit more on Google Analytics. And then we may even do another one with the Google search engine optimization, because those are really they work hand in hand, but they are two different entities. But I'd like to talk a little bit more just specifically about Google Analytics by a show of hands using some of this fantastic technology. Who has Google Analytics installed on their website currently? Okay, excellent. Or some sort of analytics. Okay, I only saw in the screen. While he's doing that, I got a little 6-minute video that we're going to look at, kind of gives an overview of the analytics, and we'll go from there. Okay, perfect. Share screen.
You are now co-host, so I can keep letting people in the room while you're sharing stuff as well. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right, let's find out which. Ooh. Oh.
What's up, guys? My name is Dale, and in this video, I'm going to be explaining what is Google Analytics and talk a little bit about how it works. So, what is Google Analytics? Well, it's just an awesome plugin that allows you to track and analyze all of your website traffic.
Sounds cut out.
You're getting to your website, and where are they coming from, i.e., Google, YouTube, Facebook. How long are they spending on your website? Which pages are they clicking on? Also including what is their age? Are they man or woman? What's their city or country? Lots of important data. So having a website but not having Google Analytics is like driving a cruise ship with a blindfold on. You have no idea where you're going, and you'll likely just go in circles without ever finding your desired destination. So if your destination is to make those sweet hard-earned dollar bills, then this could be important. So how does Google Analytics even work? Well, let's say I have a website, and the main goal of this website is to sell a product or maybe promote some kind of service, and then finally get paid for that product or service. And let's also say that I'm running ads to my website, and I'm running them through Google, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So now I've got 4 different ways that somebody could find my website. Once I install Google Analytics, I'll get this special code that will be inserted into my website to help with tracking. And don't worry, you don't need to know any coding to get this up and running. I have a video link in the description that shows you step by step how to install Google Analytics onto your WordPress website. So that code will then track where my visitors are coming from so that I can see which ad or which platform is generating me the most or the least amount of traffic. Or it could tell me whether the video ads are working better than my picture ads and lots of other helpful data like that. And once those visitors are on your website, Google Analytics will also let you see how many people are bouncing off of your website and where they're bouncing off. So is it on the home page? Is it on the landing page for your product? Or are they bouncing off at the checkout cart? That way you can figure out what needs to be improved on your website so that you can keep people going down that funnel all the way to purchasing. And as I said before, you can see statistics about your visitors, such as their age range and whether they're men or women, and other stats like that. That way, you can target the best majority demographic and hopefully grow your website. And if you want awesome website tutorials, design tips, e-commerce tutorials, and much more, please consider subscribing to my channel. I promise you won't be sorry. I've got videos on literally everything website related. All right, guys, so that's it. I will see you on the next video.
All right. One second, I'm figuring out where the screen went.
Using Google Analytics to track, record, and analyze your website activity, you're missing out on essential data that can make all the difference between marketing campaigns.
Thank you, Michael. All right, so that's kind of a little quick overview of analytics. And so what I want to do, I want to jump in more, check and chat, to the dashboard itself. Let's kind of go into the dashboard, and then I'll talk about creating an account, adding the code, and things like that. So I went ahead and pulled up one of mine. Nope. Nope. I use too many windows. I know that. Where are you? Hold on. All right, it's not coming up, so we're just going to make it new. That's okay. All right, so let's go to boop, 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 close all this social media stuff I was working on, and we're going to go here. So now I've already got, so Google Analytics does require a, you do have to have a Gmail account. So it all ties into now, if you don't have a Gmail account already, you can make a dummy Gmail account. You can do like, mybusiness@gmail.com. But in order to get access to the Google business and Google Analytics, you're gonna have to have a Google a Gmail account. So let's go with, this is what I wanted to open one. So let's just go into analytics. Now, because I'm already logged in over here under my Gmail account, which is masked as my Designs Interactive business account, it is still a Gmail. Gmail runs my email. So when I do it, it's going to go straight to my last login, which is my company. You can have multiple analytics account installed under one. As you can see, I've got, I don't know, five to 10 under mine personal or my business here. But let's kind of talk about the dashboard and what it means and, how to navigate it. And then we'll get into some of the specifics. All right. So landing page. Right now, what it does is when you hit the home of the analytics landing page, let me dismiss this, is it defaults to real time. So so when here, this is a real-time look at my website, the Designs Interactive website. So in the last 30 minutes, they've been one user. And the time frame, so let's kind of go through and look at some of this information here. So here's the business here, who it is. And so what we can do is we can look at number of users. This is in the last 30 days, right? So it defaults to the last month. I've had 874 users. I don't have any events set up that are tied to it. New users, it's saying 878 new users. And there's always a little bit of a discrepancy. How can I have 874 users, but I have 878 new ones? But I don't get caught up on those details. We're going to go into the reports a little bit further. But on the dashboard, it kind of gives you an overall summary of what the traffic is that's happening. Now, interestingly enough, the pages on my website, that 299 are terms and conditions, that somebody or something has gone on to terms and conditions. Also, please understand that unless you have some very sophisticated software, a lot of this is spam bots and hackers. The majority, I can tell you, probably 3/4 of my traffic is from spam bots, spam, and hackers. How do I also know this? I can look at the regional map that shows where traffic is coming from. And whenever, pretty much, depending on what type of business you're in, if you're getting a lot of traffic from India, China, Brazil, Algeria, these countries here, many of these are spam bots. There's a lot of them coming out of those regions. So I know India, China, Pakistan, Ireland, Austria, they're not visiting Designs Interactive websites in Louisiana. But I do know that this in the last 7 days, let me do it last 30 days. Okay. So I do know out of the 800 or so in the last 30 days, 688 came from the United States. Now, that's a good thing, but there's still a proportion of them that are going to from other countries. So just having said that, I'll go into a little bit more about this. Sessions, you can see sessions, and sessions is defined by referral. So was my website, www.designsinteractive.com, is located on various other websites, client websites that are at the footer of all the websites we've ever created. So it means that let's keep the numbers even. So in the last 30 days, 424 have came from a link that was listed somewhere else on another website. It could be Facebook, it could be Manta, it could be BBB, wherever my business is located as a profile, maybe it could have come from there. So the majority of traffic came from referral. When you have direct, that means they went straight to the designsinteractive.com. So they went straight to that. They didn't go through another website to get to mine. And then 67 of these came from organic search. So that means they searched web design services, marketing services, graphic design services, found my website through that. Social, 15 of those 800 or whatever came in through social media, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever other profiles I have. So again, it's giving me just narrowing down what traffic means and what traffic I'm getting and where it's coming from. That's ad credits. That's all just marketing stuff there. Okay. That's what they're trying to do. So that's the initial dashboard. And so then we're going to go over here and start clicking on some stuff. And so over here, the main thing, the first area is reports. And when you click on reports, what you get a sub navigation pages that have a couple different main categories. There is business objectives. There's the search console and the user. So let's kind of explore each one of these. Let's see. This kind of repeats, I'm looking on the right side, this kind of repeats the information. Let's see what last 28 days, just checking that. So this is, I'm trying to make sure that the apples to apples comparison. So we landed on real time, but let's go to business objectives. So generating leads. So this tab here talks about where are the users coming from and when they've come through. So those leads that have come, where did they come from and when did they come? So we've talked about referral, direct, organic search. Here is some interesting data about the days of the week during the week. So between June 2nd and June 8th, on the whole week, I had 69, 70, 73. So it's breaking down in pretty good detail the weeks of the month and then specific total weeks of the week and then week breakdown of each one. So there's one, again, some data that I'm not quite sure on there, but out of the 6 weeks ending in July, it kind of breaks it down. And some of this stuff is clickable and others of it is not. Okay, I just brought us to all users. Let me go back. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Okay, dashboard. Here's another interesting thing that I get on mine. So Santa Clara, Clifton, and Ashburn are where majority of my traffic, and Columbus is the majority of my traffic is coming from. I don't get business in Santa Clara, Clifton, Ashburn, or Columbus. So there's something that's happening. There's some, either it can be a server port or something like that, that is saying that this traffic is coming through. I get business from Baton Rouge. We'll go into more cities. So again, as you get into this, you're going to have to decipher some of this and know that, okay, I'm not getting business from Santa Clara. I don't market in Santa Clara. So I'm just going to delete and make that number obsolete. Now, as we go a little bit further on the left menu, we have audiences. So now we're kind of looking at the different all users. Okay, I can click on that. And again, it breaks it down now. Who's on desktop? Who's on mobile? So I'm getting about a 50-50 mobile to desktop user. Platform, web, there. One person on 5 on a tablet, smart TV. So the reason you may want to know that is if you're getting a higher mobile, let's say if 80% or 75%, you just want to make sure that your website is mobile optimized, that it looks good on a phone. Because mine's 50-50, I want to make sure it works on both. So that gives me a little bit of information there. Next tab, user acquisition, is where do they come from? A lot of these I'm going to be repeating myself. This was a referral site, this was direct link, and this was from search, and this was organic. And it kind of breaks those numbers down here as well. So referring sites is where my website might be listed. Direct, they typed the URL in. Organic search, they found me on a search engine. Let's see. Traffic acquisition, a little bit of a repeat of the same thing. Landing page. So what pages did they come in on? Oh, I got Natasha coming in. There you go, Natasha. Landing pages. Now, again, I mentioned to you earlier, this is odd that the landing page that, 35 of these during this time frame came in, went to my terms and conditions. I have a feeling that might also be kind of spam bots doing that. So who's going to go look at your terms and conditions? I don't even think I have it listed as a live URL. But the contact page, I know they do. I have a careers page. I do get inquiries every now and then for, internships. Now we're getting into my actual work pages because we're web design. I have project pages. So 7 of the Forbes agency. I also do blogging. And so this was a blog that I put out, and I know that 6 found and went to the blog post. Now, whenever I write a blog post and I post it on my website, I take that URL and I go drop it on Facebook. I do it in an email blast. So they may have gotten that link from there as well. But again, it's letting me know, leveraging, I had an event that I'm marketing right now, leveraging artificial intelligence for content marketing. So I know that people have clicked on that. Our stories about us coming, our company, web analysis is a online form you can fill out. So what this is telling me in the last 28 days, it's letting me know what pages people are coming in on. And the benefit of that is I see that at least 6 people in the last 30 days of about really only about 100 people looked at my blog. So that's good. That lets me know, okay, people are looking at my blog. I want to, and it encourages me to continue to do blogs. This one, same thing. Someone came in through an event, and so it encourages me to continue doing the event marketing things. And what it does for me as an individual small business owner is it just kind of validates the work I'm doing, helps reinforce the work that I'm doing in the limited time I have to write blogs and do event postings. Okay. The next tab, let's see, they change this all the time. Raise brand awareness. I don't know what that means. We're gonna find out. Okay. Okay. So again, can you click on this? So they used to make it so I could click on the map and I could actually go to the cities. They've changed that. I know that the average engagement time for the website is about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Now, so someone that may not seem like a long time, but in web world time, that's not bad. If I can get anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minute and 30-second engagement time, I feel good about my website. Because if you really think about how much time you spend on websites, you don't spend that much on them. So that lets me know that's a decent time. I can go in and look at demographics like the guy I mentioned in the video. This is country demographics. I'm looking for people demographics. That'll come in later. Let's see, pages. Again, we went through that. The pages they come in on, our story, careers, our services, what's fresh. It's letting me know that people are looking at those. Okay. Okay. This is, that's a repeat of that. That's events. Okay. So let's close that one out. And now let's go to Search Console. Let's see what that one does. And because I only check this periodically. Aha. This is new. I did a class on this not too long ago, and they used to have, what you're seeing here are the search terms, organic Google search terms that people have and can use to find my business. They used to have this hidden. So somebody typed in the word designs instead of designs interactive. Somebody found it through Forbes Modeling Agency. It's a modeling agency website that we just relaunched for a client. But what it's telling me is that these are the number of clicks that actually came through, but these are also where I'm listed organically: ad agencies, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, ad agency, Baton Rouge. So these are a lot of the keywords that people can find me through, and it's letting me know what impressions I'm having here. So the impressions as defined to the clicks is that 38 impressions of Forbes Modeling Agency was out there. One person clicked on it to follow through. 117. So my name, my company name showed up in 117 search results for ad agencies Baton Rouge. So what this is doing is it's giving me some information about keywords that I also want to be able to focus on if I'm looking for search engine optimization, which we're probably going to talk about in our next session and go into a little bit more detail. Let's see, organic Google search through rank. Okay. So again, a little bit more information on that. I'm glad to see that's back. That helps me out a little bit. And then we're going to go to users. Okay, so let's look at user attributes. Where is, okay. So right now, move this out the way. Majority of people English, that makes sense. It's interesting. Let's see what this area is. I do not know what this means. So I can't look at gender or interests because Google Analytics supply thresholding. We only display the data when the data meets the minimum, whatever. Let's see what that means. We're learning something together here. Don't know what this means. Apparently, maybe I'm not getting enough traffic to this. If anybody knows, please tell me. But so I don't know the gender or the interest of my people right now. I may check in with that and see what I need to do. I don't know the age range of individuals, but it's there and it should be there and available. So I'm gonna look into that. Maybe I'll have an answer. Actually, I'll have an answer for you next week because I will ask Brett, who knows this stuff, why it's not working. Tech. Another bit is what people are using and the devices that they're using. So again, we talked about website, mobile, and tablet, but here I see by a large number, most people are using Chrome to access my website, Safari, and then on some of the other ones. But again, Android, Windows, and then Mac systems are the operating system. So again, it's just more data about who's accessing the website and what they're using. All right, what does the library do? I've never clicked on library. Nope, that's not it. All right, so that's the reports section there. Let's go to explore and see what this does. Okay. So this is where you can actually, I guess you can create forms, and then this is where you can actually do paid advertising. I don't do paid advertising. I don't do Google ads on my business website. I did try that for a while, but I just didn't find it very beneficial for the kind of work that I was looking, or the type of client that I was looking to gain. It just didn't match up with those. I found a lot of people that were kind of price shopping and looking for the lowest cost for things. And during that time, I definitely wasn't the lowest cost, and it just took a lot of time for me to go through all of that. Also, after you have your account set up, you have your administrative panel. A lot of information in there. But again, when you set up your account, you'll be setting up your username, etc. I'm going to show you that in a minute in a different tab. And I don't even understand what half this stuff means, and I don't care to, and I don't want to set up the assistant. All right. Here we go, platform analytics, and go back to the analytics. Okay. So any questions on the dashboard? Okay, so no questions on the dashboard. All right, no problem. Now, what do I want to do next? I want to, okay, I'm gonna go to Safari because I'm already created in here. So your first step, if you don't have it installed, is you're going to go into a browser and just type in Google Analytics. Okay, then go to Google Analytics. And because I'm, okay, go back.
Farhan, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, my website was created by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, I didn't do my own website.
Okay.
So could I install that on my website? I just looked at it. I didn't see any indication that I have it, unless the webmaster that did it, the people that designed it. I don't know. Should I ask them to put it on?
I can look that up for you. Do you mind if I do that on on the screen that everybody can see?
Sure.
Okay.
Denise
What is your-
McConduit.com.
What's your web address? I'm sorry.
Denise, my first name, my last name, DeniseMcConduit.com.
I'm getting this right. Spell your last name, please.
McConduit.com.
.com.
.com.
Okay. And this is a trick for anybody. Here we go.
That's
This is
it?
it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Anytime you're on a website, if you want to see what Google, and we'll talk more about this when it comes to Google organic or Google search, you go right click, view source. So when it comes to a website, this is all that Google sees, or any other search engine, all this. They don't see pictures, they don't see colors, they don't care. Google couldn't care less what color your website was or what photo you have. All Google worries about is the content back here. Now I'm going to look for, I'm going to do a Command F, and I'm going to look for Google. I'm just going to search this website for Google listed. Okay, so Ajax, this JavaScript. Nope, that's not it. And where's the other one? It's highlighting. Okay. Let me see. Okay, no, I believe you are correct that it is not on here, because if you would show, and let me show you what it looks like if it was installed. We'll go to my website, do the same thing. I'm going to Google. See, and I've got 15 instances of Google on here. Okay, that's fonts. I can skip that. Google search analysis. Don't think that's it. Google search. Oh no, that's a page of a website. Google search. A bunch of Googles here. Where are we at? Google tag manager. May take me just a couple seconds here. Google search analysis. Google. Here we go. So G tag, Google tag manager. Okay. This is where you'll see, and here's Google tags, Google tag manager, Google analytics object, the coding in here. And here we go. Okay, HTTPS google-analytics.com. This lets me know that analytics is installed on my website. If you would have had Google Analytics installed on yours, you would have something like this with some of that information. Now, what my next question for you is, how do you manage this page? Is this a WordPress or something like that?
I don't manage the page. It's just a presence.
So you don't have access to log into this and add content or delete content or anything like that?
I think at one time they told me I could, but I never could find out what they were talking about. I think I could have done a blog or something. I don't know.
I'm looking to see. So it looks like it might be a WordPress. Let's try this. There's another trick. Okay. You have a WordPress website because I just put in WP admin.
Okay.
Your website is WordPress. Your next thing to do is lost password. Now you're going to play with email. I'm hoping that they may have used your email address or something of that nature so that you can find out what it is. But we know it's a WordPress, and which means you do have possible access to it. Let me ask this, and I hope this is beneficial to everybody because many people don't know where the website is. Do you pay a monthly hosting fee for your website?
I pay a yearly hosting
Who do you
fee.
pay that to?
I want to say it's wait, they always send me I'm trying to I can't even remember. They send me a bill. I'm trying to think. They just sent me a bill.
Whoever it is at hosting it may also have access, or you may be able to gain. Let's say if GoDaddy was hosting it.
GoDaddy. That's it. That's GoDaddy.
Okay.
That's who it is.
We can go through GoDaddy to get access to the website if the web designer or the web person is not available. There may be a workaround to get in there so you can get in the back end because it's sitting on a GoDaddy and you're paying GoDaddy for the hosting service. So that is one route. And if we need to talk about that offline, we can. But when you do get access, you're going to go in, and after you create your Google account, this is not what? I have way too many accounts in my life. Okay. All right. So signing in. How to. Because on all my browsers, I've got something collected with Google. It's just trying to default me to them, which is great. So I don't have to remember anything. But what you're going to do as individuals is you're going to first create a Google account and you're going to follow these instructions. And then that's like if you don't already have a Gmail account. And then from there, you're going to go into the Google analytics part, let me see if I can get in there. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So again, Google marketing, get started today. Make sure they're not trying to sell me something here. Google Analytics, you shouldn't have to pay for. You don't pay for your Gmail account and you don't pay for your analytics. This is probably going to sign me into an account that I'm already in. But basically, you're looking for some code that then will go back into the website, drop that code like you saw it on the back end of my website, and then that then connects traffic on your website to the reporting dashboard of analytics.
Okay.
So that was a great question because that actually helped me give more information than I thought I was going to. So for anybody out there that has a website and you don't know, first of all, right click, view page source, Command F or Control F, and look for the word Google or Analytics. And if it looks and it's not just one word Google, you're going to look for that little patch of coding that you saw on mine, and then that's going to let you know. I'm not sure here. And of course, I can, once we get access, I can help y'all figure out how to drop that in. Okay. Let's see. I wanted to also, okay, lost password. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Also, when I did a search for Google Analytics, I found this Google Analytics Academy. And so this is website, web page for Google Analytics that has free courses or free classes on how to understand. I mean, there's tons of YouTube videos, those type of things. Now, let me see. Okay, you may have this Google Analytics. Do you have to pay for this? No. Okay. Register for it. Again, it goes to kind of, a little bit more detail, how to understand reports, custom campaigns and things like that. So there's tons of free information online about how to use the Google Analytics themselves. But so much so that it can be a little bit overwhelming. But basically, like we were talking about, it's a matter of understanding visitors, traffic, the amount of time they were on. We used to have this thing called bounce rate, and like I said, it changes so much, so frequently. Yeah, they used to have this thing I would always look for is bounce rate, but I don't have that. That means, in other words, if they hit a page and left a page, that means they found you by mistake. Either they misunderstood what they were clicking on, or what they were clicking on misled you in misled them in what they thought they were getting. But I don't even see that. Okay. Jamie, you said you have Shopify on your website. What is your web address? I think you and I talked about it in a session, but I forgot. Because Shopify might have its own analytics too. Okay. It's about 14, a few more minutes here. Any other questions? Does anybody have any other questions as it relates to the analytics themselves?
So I have a question about the analytics. Once you get all of this data, do you somehow modify your web page so that, like spruce up your landing page or spruce up whatever page that you see that people are accessing more than the others? I mean, how does that, what's the end result?
Yes, and yes, honestly. I use it specific, and like I kind of alluded to that. The most of the stuff that the little bit of stuff I do on my website is blog posting, and that somehow support hopefully an event or a workshop that I'm doing. That's where I spend most of my time. So with me seeing that 6 people in 30 days clicked on a blog post was very exciting to me. It doesn't seem like much numbers, but I also know my real numbers are only about 75 to 100 in 30 days. So that's fine. With that, for me personally, because that's where I'm focused on most is blog posts and promoting events, I'm good with that. I'm going to continue doing blog posts. Now, also on the other side of that is if there is if you're not seeing, let's see on one of the books that you have, or so if you're not seeing those specific pages index that people are clicking on, that could be a way to say, okay, I need to promote these pages a little bit more, and using those links directly to those pages, and promoting that in social media, on emails, and in links of such. Let me see, Denise, let me go to your website again.
I think I have to get my website revamped though, because I have another book coming out and it's just, it, it's, it's very expensive. I'll put it that way.
It can be, yes.
It's
Yes,
expensive.
it can.
For me, it is.
So let's see, like this book here. Okay. So let's say like this book, this is something that in your analytics that you're seeing they're not clicking on, so they're not seeing it. So by utilizing this URL, by pushing this web page into social with a link, so you're going to talk about Claudia and the Storm in a post or something, in an e-newsletter or something, and have this link, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get more people to click
More
on this.
traffic.
Find
Yes.
this. You want them to buy the books. I mean, that's the
I
whole.
could take that link to that page and put it in LinkedIn and all these other, so I didn't, okay.
So
Good
for
idea.
example, let's say I was going to do that, and I just simply take your link, put it here, and here you are. Now, ideally, I'd want to know why this picture is not popping up, because I would want that photo to auto-generate over here. And there's sometimes it could be a little coding thing, but yes, you can take URLs and drop them into social posts. Now, what you can also do is story, Storm, and then it has the link. Now, I don't think I can add a picture to it. If I add a picture to it, it messes all kind of stuff up. But yes, you can. Yes.
Okay.
And we will actually be getting into, we'll be talking about utilizing those links, et cetera, in some of the other clinics coming up, and also definitely during the month-long marketing stuff that we're going to get into as well.
Okay.
Good questions, and thank you.
Okay.
Let's see, Nate. One of the things I do is name the pictures I use. If you put keywords in it, yes. Open a description portion, add a description that allows people to find you. Look up works. Yes. Okay. Very good. Yes, you're absolutely right. By adding, when you're updating your website, specifically, like for example, in WordPress, for example, you can edit that. You know what? We're running out of time today. I'm gonna actually show a demo of that to those that may not be familiar next week. I mean, in 2 weeks when we do our next one. Let me make sure. Okay. Because that comes under search engine optimization, is Nate, what you're talking about as well. You're optimizing a photo to have keywords that relate to your business. Okay. All right. Let's see. So I think, Bigby, what we're going to do next time is, because since it kind of played hand in hand, is let's do search engine optimization. Let's talk about that next time in a little bit more detail at our next clinic.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I've been looking at my Squarespace, and you can, if you just to check that everything's done, you can also, depending on who your website provider is, some of them do analytics. On the on your kind of settings page for your website host. So Squarespace does, at least mine does, without you having to set up Google Analytics. So just have a look at that. But it's pretty straightforward to set up. But as Orhan pointed out, there's a lot of videos and resources on Google Analytics that show you the step-by-step for setting it up. It is really useful. I don't look at it as much as I should, but I have been looking at it because of this session. And it definitely, there's a lot of useful information about where people are, looking at your website from and how they're accessing it, especially like which pages they're looking at, what they're clicking on, their engagement rate, it's useful stuff. But I think it's definitely a subject that needs a couple of sessions. So I think it's a good call to continue this in 2 weeks, and maybe that gives everybody some time to try and set up analytics on
Yeah,
their
that would be good.
websites.
Yep, yep.
So maybe a goal for everyone who's on this meeting is, if you don't have analytics set up, connect it to your websites, and see
And
how
if you
that
do have
works.
analytics, if you do have analytics, find out the random countries that you're getting traffic from. I want to
Yes.
hear, hear where y'all's random India,
Oh.
China. I'd love to be a global company, but I'm not.
Yeah. No, let's see, traffic sources. No, I can give you my weirdest countries now. Let's look at geography. There we go. 2,000 in the last the year to date, 2,000 unique visitors from, well, India's not as exciting. Pakistan, 3,000.
Dang.
Turkey, 800 from Ukraine.
Okay.
Nigeria, 1,882. South Africa, 1,800.
Man, you got more
Um,
global stuff than I do. I'm kind of jealous. I don't.
what can I say?
Turkey, I'm
The
half
man of the
Turkish. I would
world.
want some Turkish people trying to get my stuff.
Yeah,
But what that means is there's
888
servers.
from Turkey.
That how that works is there's servers set up in those IP in those countries that have less trackability kind of thing. So that's how the spamming and all the scams and all that stuff happens. So
Yeah.
that's another conversation itself. We'd have to bring a what do you call them? A IT security person to talk about those things. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 26 people from Madagascar happens to be my most random my most random country that people are looking at my website from.
Hmm.
yes, I don't have Madagascar. I'm jealous.
You don't well, only 45 from Cuba.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
so yeah, that's yeah, we are very much not a global organization. So I'm curious as to how these people are finding us, but judging by the amount of scam requests
Yeah.
I get on a daily basis
Yeah.
through our website, people from all over the world, and this ties very neatly into the personal finance learning, because we do talk about cybersecurity,
Good. Cyber.
um,
That was the word I was
and
looking
how to avoid those dangers in that learning. So,
for. Okay. Well, thank you all again. Good clinic, and we'll do some search engine optimization. Keep the ideas flowing, and then if you got any direct stuff on some of that, y'all can reach out to me directly.
yeah,
Thank you.
please do.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Orhan, and we'll see you. There won't be any learning between now and then, so the next time I see you all will either be at a mentor session or this clinic.
Excellent. See y'all soon.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.